Hey everybody, it's Angie here from the Cookie Angel, and I wanted to make a tutorial on how I set up my Square site because it was not easy. And hopefully I can help anybody out there that's um, trying to set it up, especially for cookiers and those that want to set it up to take pre-orders through the site. Hopefully it'll be a little bit easier for you than it was for me. Um, this is my Square site. I don't just use it for pre-orders. This is complete my complete site. Like all of my pages are on here. My whole website is run through um, Square. So I'm gonna take you into Square. Say, there's my Valentine's pre-orders. I actually opened it back up just so I could show you where you can do options, you can do pickup dates. It all works. So we're going to pop over into Square and we're going to just start going through um, hopefully everything that you need to know. So first of all, you do need to sign up for Square. If you haven't done that, it's fairly easy, and all of this is basically free. You pay Square when you sell an item, and then they get a percentage of what you sell, and it's a very small percentage. I think it's well worth it to use their services for what's offered. It's worked amazingly for me. So to get to the website, you click this online button right here, and you go in, and it gives you all of the editing options. So first, we are going to come in to the actual site. We'll talk about all the options that you can change and edit later, but we're going to go right into the meat and potatoes of this, of how to build a site, what mine looks like behind the scenes. Um, Kind of a word of a note that Square is not the most versatile place to build a web page. If you want to have control over like what the font is like on every single section and how big things are, Square is not going to be the place for you. You're going to want a web builder that gives you a lot more functionality. But I didn't need that. I was happy with what I came up with, and it was easy in the end. So hopefully it'll be a lot easier for you than it will for me. So Square runs pages off of sections. So if you look on this left side over here, there's all kinds of sections on this one page. So we have the header, the main banner, the about us, a text that I made into a header. I'm going to show you how to do all that stuff. Text and image section, a link to my Instagram, an email subscription, and then the footer. And all of the pages are built on sections like that. So up here, you can see all my different pages. So here is my general cookies page. It has a photo gallery. Well, again, it has the header. Main banner can be on or off. I use the main banner on a lot of my pages. I don't on this specific one. But there's the photo gallery, another text and image section, another text and image section because I just wanted the button from that, and the email subscription and the footer again. So all of the pages, like the main pages, are built with sections like that. Every single one of them. So we'll look at one more. Here I have a header. Main banner is off on this one. Let's get one that has a main banner. I'm pretty sure we'll come right in here because this one does. This is the main banner. Text to say we're closed. Text and image, email subscription, and footer. And I'm going to show you two different ways to sell your pre-orders. I prefer to have more control, so I do it this way. There is an easier way to do the pre-orders, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So to kind of play with those sections, let's come back into home, and I'm going to show you. So if you click on this main banner section, here you click on banner image and you can edit the image. You can slide like how um, opaque, or what's the word I'm thinking of? Um, I can't think of the word, but how light or dark this picture is behind it. The banner headline, you can change um, the font. I do have one up from the free version. I have the paid version, so then it goes directly to my www.cookieangel.com, and it also gives me the option to have custom fonts. So if you don't have the paid version, you won't be able to have this fancy font, but they have other fonts um, that look good as well. And then button, you can choose to have on or off here. And that's basically it for the sections. So again, this section, we have our image. You have to click on that image to get the image. You can put a hyperlink to that image if you want to. I didn't for this. Here, you can change how the image is cropped. So each time you click this, you can see this is kind of a rectangle. Now it's a square. Now it's a circle. And original. I keep most of them at squares because most of the images I used are the ones that I use for Instagram. So they are taken and meant to be used in a square format. Here I wanted to separate, let's hit done so we can come back out. This is this text section. You can see that it turns gray over here. So I wanted to separate this section from this section. So what I did here was on the customize, you can add an image as a background. So for this section, I just dropped, I have so many like digital papers that I've purchased off of Etsy or Creative Market, and this is just a digital paper that I dropped in the background. It's the one that I used in my logo as well to keep everything looking the same. And again, you can slide this to make it look how you want. So each of these, it's basically what you think looks good. Oh, the mailman's here. My dogs are gonna go nuts. I'll keep going. So this one was a text and image section. And you can add like as many or as few as you want. So here if I wanted here if I wanted to add an extra group, you could, or you can just delete it and it'll go away. That didn't delete it. There we go. So then you have your three sections, layout and color. So this could be laid out many different ways. I wanted the three with kind of the sections here. If we clicked this one, it will put them sideways. I don't want to click too many because I don't want to mess it up, but lots of different layout options here on how you want your text and image kind of section to look. Here is just a link to my Instagram. It populates as I add new images on Instagram. It updates, like this is just a scrolly thing. Here, I'll click over here and show you. So I have my main page, and it scrolls completely through all my Instagram photos. So I like that because it shows like my recent work without having to have a huge photo gallery on my webpage. Okay, back over to Square, and then I have this on almost every page. So if someone wants to know or wants to be kept up to date when I have a pre-sale or when I can do classes again and when I offer classes, they'll drop their email in here, and then I'll be able to add them to my I just have a Gmail subscription list that I use to email my clients when there's stuff going on. So that's the basics of how the pages work and how you build them. The navigation is a monster in and of itself. So navigation is these links up here. So this would take you to home. This is a drop down that has lots of different pages. Within it, again, this goes to holiday cookies. There's a search and a cart. When you like add stuff to your cart, you just click there to check out. Super fancy. But let's click over and we'll look at what the navigation looks like. If you actually click on this, so you click on the section, click on the navigation, and then click on this thing that says navigation links, and it's gonna bring you into a kind of tree here. So here we have home, which is here. All about the cookies is next. And then here's the drop down, the pages that are nested under all about the cookies. So you'll see that these are indented. And the way you do that, here, I'll just drag this one back out again. So Cookie Workshops is now out, and you can see it moved out. If I want to move it back in, you kind of drag over and to the right, and now it's nested back under there again. You can add navigation links, you can take away navigation links. Let's actually take away the About Me and add it back in again. So we're going to take out the About Me. We're going to add a navigation link. We're going to link to a standard page, which is a page that I built on my website already. You could add a link to anywhere you want on the internet. You could link to a file that you made. I don't know what appointments is because I don't do that. But anyways, we're going to click that right back into the About Me. It's going to be called About Me. I choose to do everything without capitals because I like the way it looks, and hit save. And now it's tagged it right to the end again. I don't want it there, so I'm going to drag it up between these two. You'll see it dropped under Digital Cookie Planner. I don't want that, so I'm just going to kind of drag it over into the left again, and it's out and back exactly how it should be. So that's navigation. And we're going to hit, what's that, customize? So you can change the layout and color and the background as well. You could have your logo on the left. You could have it in the middle. I mean, you can set this up. I can't say however you want, but these 4 options. You could have a sticky header, which means that it would always stay on the top when you scroll. So as you scroll, that header would stay at the top of the page. Reveal on scroll up. I think that's what I have checked. I don't really know what that does. But yeah, you could, again, put a background on it. Yeah, I could put that watercolor background if I wanted to. I don't want to. So I'm going to hit done. We're out of the header. It's back to normal. Is it back to normal? Why is that bar there now? Click back into navigation links. Yeah, should be back to normal. Excuse me while I check and see if I missed something up. Oh, no, background. We're going to check the layout. Yeah, I clicked the wrong one. So I was on this. Oops. I was on this third one. So now it's back to normal. We'll hit done. Okay, so next, what everybody probably is here for is the pre-sale page. So there's 2 ways to do it. Let's do the way that I haven't yet. Actually, let's go talk about items first. We're going to go talk about items. So I have all of my Valentine's Day items in here. Oops, I clicked out of website. So Oh, no, I didn't. I was at the right spot. Okay, so our items are here. We have site items. And here, let's delete this test cookie. I was messing around. Remove from site. Okay, it's taking a while, so I'm just going to talk while it's doing that. You'll notice that all of my items are marked as services. They are not marked as products. The way Square is set up is if you mark it as a product, it tries to force a certain pickup date and it like sends the customer messages saying that stuff is ready when it's actually not. So I, good, there's gone. Okay, so I do everything as a service. And we're gonna come in, we're gonna create that new test item again and kind of talk about the different things that I do. So we're gonna create a new item. This is where you're gonna change it from physical to service. So you're gonna click on service, you're gonna give it a title. We're gonna make it test cookie 1. We're gonna give it a price of $4. We're gonna add an image here. I can't see what these images are. So let's come into Christmas and let's add Ralphie in there. I loved that cookie so much. So we're gonna put the Ralphie picture in there. Here's where you would add your description. This is a test. Okay, any description that you want there. So we're clicking back over to the regular site. That would be here, this description. So I have all of this, in fact, control or command. All of that is in my description for it to look like this on the website. Visible, hidden, or unavailable. I'm going to mark it as visible. If you're working on your site and you don't want people, I guess it doesn't matter because we're not publishing it. I would mark it as visible so you don't have to do it later. If you have sales tax, don't check that. We do not have sales tax on food that is not served with a fork and is not intended to be eaten immediately, so we don't need to charge tax on our items here in Washington State. You can update the stock here. I usually don't for pre-sales update the stock because I have my site sending me emails every time there's an order, and I keep a physical tally and just shut my site down when I feel like I've reached capacity and I can't make any more cookies than have been ordered. I read on a Facebook group that someone puts a certain amount of stock in each item, and then as certain items like sell out, they'll shift stock from one item to another. Say if Ralphie sold a whole lot, we'd pull stock from a different item and move it over to Ralphie. That seems like a lot of work to me. I just keep an eye on what I've sold so I don't get overwhelmed. Variations is where you could have different types. If you had different flavors, different options. I have my regular there. Let's add a gluten sensitive option. And we'll hit done. And then we would set the price. I charge a little bit more for my gluten sensitive because the cost of the ingredients is more. So now we have 2 variations there. Just like, let's come back in here because I'm setting it up a lot like these guys. So that's this option right here. We have regular and we have gluten sensitive. So regular for this was 12, gluten sensitive was 14. So we have the two drop downs there, and that's how that would work. Modifiers. The modifiers is where you put in the pickup date and time. So the modifiers, I hit manage modifiers. You would create a new modifier. In fact, let's create a new one. This is the one I use for Valentine's Day. So let's create a new one. They're going to be selecting from a list. We're going to name it pickup to, you're going to want to give it a name that they want to see, because it's going to show right there. Whatever you name it, it's going to show there. And choice, we're just going to do Monday. Done. Tuesday. Obviously, you'd put more than Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You would give a time for pickup and stuff like that. So, but we're gonna hit save, and we're gonna apply this modifier to this item. And now I think that's. So there's the modifier. So we have the service, the title, the description. It's visible. It's tax exempt. We're not playing with the stock, or I'm not. You can mess with that if you want to. I don't feel comfortable like teaching about that because I haven't used it yet. We have our two variations. We have our modifier with three options. One more thing is here for the modifier settings. You're going to click that, and you're going to want for your pickup to have a minimum of one required and a maximum of one required. So they're going to have to pick one and only one option. And then we'll hit done. And search engine optimization. I haven't played around with this yet. I still want to kind of research how. I would imagine you just put a title and description, and that helps people find these pages easier. So we are going to now save this item. And it is now there. So we have our 6 Valentine's Day options and our test cookie. Next, we're going to talk about categories. So categories you set in here. Here we have the Valentine's Day category. It has my 6 Valentine's Day options in it. I'll do another one for Easter and take those Valentine's items completely off the site. And I did not assign this test cookie one to a category. So that's going to be important to remember in this next step. Can't do reviews unless you are like second or third tier, I think, in the payment for the Square site. But like I said, you can do everything here except for the special font and uploading it to a domain, a specific domain. They'll give you like, they let you pick, like before it was cookie angel bakery .square.site. So it's going to be something .square.site for the free option. Okay, so enough with that. Let's come back into the website. We're going to edit site. And I'm going to show you the easy way to get these items up and going. So what you would do is you would hit add, page, and then we're going to click on this shop button right down here. And I like the way that this one looks with the little squares. And we're going to click add page. We're going to make sure add page to navigation is selected, and we're going to hit add. There's a warning. We're going to hit next. And now the page is up. So let's come in and preview. So we're going to hit this preview. And now these would link directly. I'm still fumbling. I'm a new Mac girl. I just got my MacBook last month, so after a lot of years with a PC, there's still some gestures that I am getting used to. So here they have categories on the left. Valentine's Day will be the 6 items. Shop all will have the 6 items plus Ralphie. So here's exactly what we did. We have the test cookie, the prices, the description. Um, there's a place to edit this returns. We'll find it later. And then our options. So we have regular, that makes it $4. Gluten sensitive makes it $4.50. You have to pick up, you have to select one of these pickup dates. It will not let you add to cart um, until you pick one up. This little red star shows you that it is required. So you have our Tuesday. You'd hit add to cart. We're in the preview, so it's not going to work right now. So let's close this preview. So that is the easy way to get it up and going. I like it to look a little bit more personalized. You have some things you can personalize, like in the item list. You can choose to have the category links there or not. You can choose like how big the title is, whether there's certain filters there. Um, you could change the font size of the titles, but you don't have as much flexibility as the way that I choose to do it. But this definitely works. So we'll hit done. The way I do it is I just make another page. So I didn't mean to exit the editor. Sorry about that. Anyways, it's spinning. I make a specific page so I can control how it looks. So we're going to come back in, edit site, and we're going to just take a look at my Valentine's Day page. So up here is where you flip between your different pages. Valentine's Day 2021. Everything, this is the way that it looked and it functioned for Valentine's Day. So I built it like any other page. I had my main banner. This is text and image. I just added in 6 groups. I typed in the little description I wanted. I changed these images to crop into circles. And again, with square, it's not, you can't like make this one a square and this one a circle and this one a rectangle. They're all going to edit the same on how you change it. Same with the size. You can go huge, tiny, medium, or huge. And I had it on medium. But you have these, and then each one of these I had hyperlinked to the item page. So I physically put these pictures in, and then you'll see I have the image, and then the image links to, we're going to hit edit. It links to an item page, which was the large chocolate box. Let's I wonder why that won't let me change it. Here, let's remove the link. Okay, so add link to the item page. I'm a little bit baffled right now. Hold on a second. Title, text. And you could choose to have a button on here that actually links to the item page. I just had Actually, I did have those buttons on there. For the actual ordering, I did have the buttons on. So let's come in here, turn the buttons back on. It said order here, and then the button linked to let's do a new one because I don't know why it's not letting me change that there. So we're gonna add the test one. Okay, so the image, we are going to add Ralphie back in there. We're just going to pull him off of my Instagram. It is nice that you can go like right to your Instagram and pull the images directly in. So we're going to add Ralphie in there. You can edit the text. You'll shoot your eye out. We're not going to change that. This would be changed to just like the other ones. Order here. Okay, and here we're going to link it to an item page. Here, now it's letting, I don't know why those other ones wouldn't let me change, but as if I had that problem when I was actually working, I would just delete that section and start again. But here we're going to link it to text to test cookie one. You can choose whether it opens in a new tab or not. Then hit save. And I also choose to link the image because some people just click on the image instead of the button. And it's just easier to set both of those. I set that to test cookie one and save. So now if we were to preview this Valentine's Day page, so again, we have our shop all page, which looks like this, or you can make it personalized with the links that link directly to the item pages, like that. So those are your two options to get your sales, your pre-sales up and going, how to add your items, how to set the different selection options and make people pick them. So yeah, that's basically it for that. I think I'm gonna shut this video down and I'm gonna start another one kind of as a part 2, just going through all of the different settings that you can change in Square. So I'm gonna stop this recording and I'm gonna start a new one in just a second.